There you go. Here we are. Let me get my desktop audio. Can you say something, Mad?
Yo, what up?
There we go. That's good. All right, Mad. Zabuza versus Kabuto. All right,
hmm
what? Go for it. Scale Kabuto. Give me something.
Okay, so my scaling would begin with Kabuto either being above Kakashi
Which
and
Kakashi?
um Kakashi from part one.
Like, what time
Like
period?
after Chin exams, like Kakashi post like the Land of Waves, Kakashi. Wait, let me just type up my scaling. Hold on.
Yeah, just go for it. Do 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 do. Manamana. Do 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 do. Manamana. Do 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 do.
Check scans for my scaling.
Kabuto over Kakashi over Zabuza. Well,
Yeah,
why is the okay
Kabuto.
over relative over yeah? Well, why is that Kakashi over Zabuza? You're aware
He's able
Zabuza never
to
goes full power against Kakashi, right?
in which fight?
Any of their fights.
Yeah, demonstrate that.
Okay, you know Zabuza's nickname, right?
No.
Okay, so they call him the uh the demon of the mist, right? You know what this alludes to? His demon mist mode that he uses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this demon mist mode expands his chakra even further, right? And is a kind of aura state that empowers him and makes him stronger. We see this specifically in the war arc. He never uses this demon mist on Kakashi, and under standard battle assumptions, the Zabuza I'd be using does have it. So, I would like you to demonstrate that Kabuto outscales that Zabuza.
Okay. Does that Zabuza like is that Zabuza faster, stronger? Like what? Does he use that in first? Does he
Both.
use that like in character first of all? Like at like first thing, does he do that? Like
Strongest canon form, it doesn't matter. He would just automatically have it on.
strongest cannon form? When did I agree to strongest cannon form?
That's standard battle assumptions.
Okay, but standards battle assumptions, like I'm pretty sure you have to start out in a particular state, then move
Yeah,
on to
you
that.
start out in your strongest canon form.
Okay, show me. Okay, show me that being his strongest cannon form. Because I said alive. I
It,
said
it would be
alive
it would be
Zabuza. Hold on,
stronger
hold on,
than
hold
his
on, hold on,
base
hold
form,
on, hold on,
which
hold on.
is all that
Because
matters.
you agreed.
He
Hold on.
uses it.
Because you agree.
He uses it when
Hold
he's
on,
alive.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
He
You
uses it
agreed
when
to
he's
like.
alive.
Okay, show me that.
Yeah, you remember whenever Gato was like disrespecting Haku's body, and then Naruto like gives Zabuza a talking to, and then Zabuza like fucking goes into the sea of thugs and like slits their throats with a kunai in his mouth. You remember that?
No, I don't.
Okay,
Actually, no, actually, verbatim. I actually do not.
that's fine.
But standard
I
battle
can just show
assumptions.
you a picture of like
You know, standard battle assumptions, right? You still need to be in character, and in character, he doesn't just use that straight away. Like,
um
what's standard battle?
wait,
Wait, hold on. What's
time out.
standard battle
You're making a lot of claims, right? I'd like to
Wait,
respond
I
to
only made one.
you made three so far.
Okay, what? Three?
Okay. You've said that in standard battle assumptions, you need to use what you use in character. You say
One.
that the demon mist is not in character for him, and that he has
That was
it's
still
not
part one.
consistent for him to use it.
No, that was. No, I didn't say that was not. It wasn't consistent for him to use it. I'm saying like, okay, so when he's alive, because standard battle assumption says you have to be in character. I
Uh
do
huh.
agree that you be using the strongest forms, but then you have
Okay,
to
so I don't
obviously
need to get the
wait, hold on.
strongest canon version. I don't need to get
Huh?
that because it's like it's literally
No,
the
for
top of
hold on,
standard
hold
battle
on.
assumptions. Well, you were
For
asking
a
me to
lot.
get it, Matt. You were asking me to get a scan. I went to get the scan, and then you started making an argument. But now you've just like conceded to the argument. So
What did I concede to?
strongest canon version. I got the scan anyway, so it didn't matter. But it's the
The
strongest canon
no,
version of a character is used that we have listed.
I mean that's okay. Strongest canon version, and yeah, that's just like one. That's just like one part. Like show the other rest. Like I can like
That's
it says in
all. That's
character.
all of the character version portion of standard battle assumptions.
Hold on, I'll just screenshot like hold
You're asking about um, what you want to talk about is a completely different part. That's the state of mind portion.
Yeah,
But
that matters in standing by assumptions. That'll just give you
yes,
like
yes, but
using
the
half truth.
character version is entirely dictated in this portion. You're trying to dictate that the state of mind should be part of character version. The in
Yeah,
character but willing to kill. But I'm telling you that this technique or
and
this
exactly in
excuse me,
character when
Matt,
kill
excuse
exactly.
me. I'm telling you that this technique falls under character version, so his state of mind is irrelevant to whether or not he's using the technique.
No, but the thing is like you already. It's not like because it's not like you agree to like Edo or because like that's what Edo does. He uses that. I'm pretty sure you said he used that demon thing, but in Alive he just doesn't use that.
He does use it.
Or he
You've been
doesn't use that
shotgunning
straight
me
up
to the
the
point. He
he
doesn't
doesn't
have
use that
to.
straight up the
He
bat.
doesn't have to.
Huh?
He doesn't have to.
He does. It's just like hold on, let me give you an
I just
example. You know, like
described as to why, but I'll tell you one more time. No, no. Since you don't understand it,
I heard
I'll
what you
give it to you
said.
one more time, right? So, the idea of in character but willing to kill is solely tied to their mental state and their battle strategies. But the character version, which would be any techniques or forms that the character has, is what I am going for. So, Zabuza's strongest canon version would be him using his Demon Mist aura, and his state of mind would have nothing to do with his ability to use the Demon Mist aura. And even if it did, and these two were contradictory, right? Standard battle assumptions is inherently contradictory in some times, and they acknowledge it. And they say to go with whatever makes the character the strongest, as long as it's not a wholly
Yeah.
unfair
Okay.
advantage.
Wait. Repeat that. Repeat that last part. Whatever
Okay.
makes the character the strongest.
Yeah, they go for
Okay.
whatever. So if you go to like starting
Yeah.
distance or verse
Mhm.
equalization, right? They go over many scenarios where it may be like hypothetically contradictory in the battle for one thing to go and another to go, and they say just go with it, right? Like
Okay.
if you look at location, um, or what is it, time? Yeah, time
Yeah.
and location, both of them end in if extreme advantages, blah blah blah. But they make it clear that under standard battle assumptions, every character should be able to use any of their abilities.
Yeah. So here's the problem with what you're saying, right? You basically saw them saying the strongest canon version as to mean that they start in that particular form.
Well, that's
How
what's
I'm
directly
seeing,
stated. Yes.
hold on. It's not okay. You know you can interpret that in a different way though.
Well,
You know that, right?
the words. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let me read it out for you. The strongest canon version of a character is used.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How
That
can you
doesn't mean okay.
possibly interpret that to mean that a
Okay.
different version of the character is used?
That
I
doesn't
would
mean
really
that
like to
okay.
hear it.
It's not okay. Okay. Look. It doesn't. It's not saying that the strongest version of the character is used from the start of the battle. It just says that the strongest character is used, and that could just mean that the character can be the one that's used. But then we know to get to that state, he needs to activate it. It's just like me saying, okay, well, Pain versus Naruto means that okay, well, Naruto, Pain with his strongest form, which or strongest version of himself, which would be like Tendo Pain, would just like start first. No, like he can still get to that point, but to get to that strongest point, he
That's
will need to obviously.
disanalogous. That's disanalogous.
How is that just
That's a
analogy?
character in its soul, right? You saying Tendo Pain, or you saying Pain would dictate Tendo Pain. That's just a soul character, right? And whenever people refer to Pain, they refer to the powers of Pain or Tendo Pain specifically. That's disanalogous. If you're going to make an argument out
No,
of an
you
analogy,
don't
I'd
get
like you
what.
to make another analogy.
Okay, you don't get my argument. Okay, what's
Okay, then
Pain's
make
strongest?
another
What?
analogy.
Okay, no, what's Pain's strongest form?
There aren't different forms of Tendo Pain.
No, because Tendo. No, because what?
There aren't different forms of Tendo Pain.
There aren't different forms of. Okay, so you don't. Do you think Tendo Pain is not pain? Like you don't think that?
That's not what I said at all.
Okay,
I
what
said
did
there
you?
are not
So
different forms of Tendo Pain. Like Yahiko body pain, there are not different
Mm-hmm.
forms of. He doesn't have different techniques or transformations in the way that they're using the word form here.
Okay, so
Or
okay,
they
so
use the term version, but it's the same thing.
character version. Okay, so what I was gonna. Okay, so what do you, okay, just answer the question. What do you think Pain's strongest form is?
The strongest, he doesn't have different forms. But if you're asking when do I
Okay,
think
what do
pain
you
is
think?
the
Oh,
strongest,
version or whatever. What it
okay.
says,
So,
version.
so let's say
Strongest
they're
version
talking
of a
about
character.
version.
Yeah.
Let's say
My,
version extends to time periods, right? That we're just talking about a certain time period or a certain moment where they're at their strongest, right? That's what they mean by version. It would just be the pain whenever he had recovered his chakra, but after all the other pains are gone, um, but
hmm?
possibly before he's been moved. That would be the
So
strongest
after
Tendo pain.
exactly. So after so that's a version. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That's a version of pain. So if using this, okay, so using this statement, right? The strongest kind of version, right? It would be Tendo Pain, but for Tendo Pain to get to that point, right, in character, the past would have to be destroyed. So I'm saying that since you already agreed to a live Zabuza, and a live Zabuza doesn't just start out with that form, you will need to get to that state.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna respond to this one more time, and then I'm gonna give you a different refutation to your idea, right?
okay.
Because I'm really tired of going over this. So, um, the idea that this interpretation of this phrase is what we should use is completely and utterly unfounded. He's given no
What?
representation for it. He
I
just
said that. Hold
Excuse
on,
me,
hold
I'm
on,
not
hold on,
done
hold on,
speaking,
hold on,
Mad.
Spencer.
I'm not done speaking,
Spencer,
Mad.
no, 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 no,
Mad,
Spencer,
I'm
Spencer.
making an
I said,
argument. If you want to
hold
respond
on,
to the
no, no, no,
argument,
no, 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 no,
wait,
no, no,
Mad.
Spencer.
Unlike you, I don't
Okay.
shotgun. I'm making an argument. If you'd like to
Nigga, you were
respond to the
shotgunning
argument,
me like how many times? What the
if
fuck?
you
This
want to
nigga's bringing up
respond to
more
the
for argument.
argument, then you can wait until the argument is done.
Okay, okay,
Okay,
cool.
so he continues to state that this is an interpretation without any backing for it. I've given backing as to my interpretation, and he has not attacked it. He just says his alternate interpretation is there, right? Now, Mad, respond to what I said,
Okay,
since you were
so
eager to do so.
okay, so you said, okay, my interpretation is not founded. That I didn't give any evidence. I said that, okay, well, when you said the strongest version of the character is used, I said that's due to it being like broad and vague, and it's not saying, oh, the strongest version of the character is used at the start of the fight, right? That would lead us to that would lead to the statement being ambiguous and obviously lead to a multiple interpretation, right? And my interpretation that would be no, that would be more likely than yours due to like what the state of mind section says. Um, is that okay? The strongest version of the character can be would be used, but then to get to that version of the character, you have to there has to be like conditions, and that conditions, right, which is backed up by the other things like the state of mind, would be would be would lead to my interpretation being more likely the case, because you're just saying, okay, well, they just start off like this because the statement says the strongest characters used. I'm saying no, this statement can easily mean the strongest character used during the fight, but it doesn't have to mean at the start of the fight. And I gave evidence for that due to it being ambiguous or multiple interpretation. Then I backed that up by saying, okay, mine is more likely due to the case that it specifies in standard by assumption state of mind. So state of mind will be in character, and what they do in character, which you said alive, is that they start off in base and get to a certain point. So I do have evidence, and my shit is not unfounded.
Okay,
Uh,
I think I
did
think
I
I
say that
very
right?
clearly, yeah, I think I very clearly
Okay.
responded to everything you said. So I'm just gonna leave that there for two. I'm now gonna give you my two other refutations to this idea. One is that Zabuza does use it in character, right?
Oh
He
my
just
days! I'm not saying he doesn't use it in character.
okay.
I'm
So
saying
if
that
you've
he
conceded the
doesn't.
idea he
Hold
doesn't
on,
use it in character,
hold
that's
on,
fine.
hold on, hold on. I'm not saying that he doesn't use it in character. I'm saying that he doesn't begin the fight with that shit. It gets to a certain point. What the heck?
Oh,
Like,
okay. Are you just talking about the two fights that we've seen him participate in? Because
oh yeah. Also,
two of the three fights he's participated in, he hasn't used it, right? But this goes into
but,
my third
oh wait,
argument,
wait,
which
but
is
wait. But that was wait. So in his because you said a live form, right? And you said
yeah,
in his live
and
form he uses that. Does he use that in his alive form?
yeah, I just posted it.
Okay, where?
I literally just posted it in Scans chat. Same place I'm posting everything.
What chapter
Chapter
is
32,
this?
page 15.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, so as I was saying, right?
Wait, hold on. Let me read the chapter before you talk.
Chapter
I'm gonna-
32, page 13, 15. I've already told you exactly what happens here, Matt. It's right as he's about to kill all of Gado's thugs. Yes, what's up?
Hold
Just
on.
to make sure I'm getting this right. Your justification for the your first interpretation was that like versus battle wiki like accepts contradiction. So like that would just be one contradiction that they accept.
Yeah, they accept contradictions, and the reason why they're accepting this contradiction and what would support my idea is the idea that and I said this and it was uncontested that
Wait, when did you say that?
I haven't even said what I was gonna say yet, man. But it doesn't matter whether or not you remember it because it went uncontested, right? I said this and it went uncontested that they allow for.
I didn't hear you.
I haven't even finished what I said. How do you know? You don't remember hearing me say it because I haven't said it again yet.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give a rebuttal if I didn't hear you.
Okay, I don't give a fuck.
Okay, cool.
That's your bad, big dog. So as I was saying, right? They give these ideas and these time frames. Because do you remember? And Mad, for that matter, do you remember when I said if extreme advantages are generated via this regulation, blah blah blah?
What you said? Say that again.
Under time and location, where they're talking about things of that matter.
Wait, say that again.
Okay, where they speak to if extreme advantages are generated via this regulation on one side, a balanced alternative should be discussed.
Yeah.
Okay, so I used that in the fact that they say like, oh well, if X is needed for this character to perform an ability, X will be present even if it wouldn't be, right? They accept these things so that characters can perform at their utmost, and therefore that in this same vein or in the same idea, they would just accept that when they talk about the strongest version of a character, that would be the version that is starting with.
Yo. Got that.
So I didn't hear him say the whole contradiction thing.
You
Repeat
responded.
that.
You responded to the greater contradiction point. You just didn't respond well to the evidence.
Yeah,
Okay,
I heard him say that though. I ain't gonna lie. I questioned him. That's why I was trying to make sure if that was what he was using to like.
Yeah, repeat the whole contradiction because I'm not sure I responded to that. I responded to
I don't care if you responded to it. That sucks.
Okay, so if you're saying, I'm pretty sure this is what you said. If you're saying that they allow contradictions, prove that they allow contradictions.
I already did.
Okay,
that was literally a part of the argument.
Okay, if your part of the argument is going back to the strongest canon version thing, and then them saying that the in character thing, do you realize what I said about the whole interpretation thing? Like the strongest canon version.
You're saying the word thing over and over again. I haven't even been able to understand what you're saying. So if you could give like a succinct leading question instead of a very odd one that I can't really follow, I'd appreciate that.
So do you what was your do you remember me saying that when it says the strongest character version used?
That they could just rev themselves up to that point. Yeah, that was my response.
Okay, what was your reason? Well, I mean, what was your contention with that?
I literally just gave it.
Okay, so hold on.
Like I literally just gave my contention.
Because you said that it was unfounded. Do you know what like the basis I had for that shit? Like. I brought up the whole is ambiguous. It doesn't say because it doesn't.
That's a lack of evidence to the contrary of your claim being true. That's not a foundation to your claim. You understand what an argument from ignorance is, right?
Yeah, that's not an argument from ignorance.
Wait. Negation X equals Y, right? Or lack thereof negation Y equals Y. What you're saying is there's ambiguity in the statement, and therefore this interpretation can be drawn. That is not evidence to the interpretation being true.
Okay, so.
But this is an already concluded point. This is an already concluded point, and I'm not going to entertain anything further on it.
We never concluded. Yeah, we never concluded.
We literally moved on from that subpoint.
No, but okay, so why did you bring a new argument right now?
Because two asked me. Asked me what I said.
Hold on. You just said we concluded, so why did you bring a new argument right now? Exactly. So
Why?
So, like,
Wait, what are you
he
saying? I can't
he
hear you.
said,
You're speaking too fast.
well, he said like, he said he's gonna bring up more refutations, but like y'all like finished
We've
the part
moved
of
past
those
the point.
refutations. Yeah.
so I'm gonna respond to what he said. He said that I
Okay,
was
and
trying to
I'll
like.
just argue as to why that response should be thrown out. That's fine.
Okay, you just made a new
That ass
argument.
made a new argument, faggot. Let Matt respond.
Wait,
Okay,
Who
I'm
is that?
muting Trey.
Whoa. Hold on,
I
Trey.
mean, that fucking asshole.
Okay, you're
I
gonna have
saw
to
that,
chill,
Troy,
bro.
and I'm recording.
Oh. So,
Why did you say my name? That wasn't me.
I literally saw your mic light up. Nice try.
Yeah, prove that.
Yeah, the
Correlation.
recording will. The
Hey,
recording
man,
will literally.
Hey, man, pick me as a judge real quick. Yeah,
what?
that recording doesn't exist.
Anyways, what were you saying, man?
Okay, so Spencer like was trying to said that okay, whatever I say to his argument that he made wouldn't be he would argue that it would be like null or no like pointless
Just
and stuff.
make the
But then-
argument.
I am.
We'll get
what?
to that later. No, make the argument now. We'll get to the point of whether or not your argument stands
Yeah,
later.
Okay, just be quiet and I'll make the argument. Like I'm making the argument right now. What you said? Okay, so now bruh, you let me lose my train of thought. But anyways, what was I gonna say before this guy interrupted me? This guy's whole contention with what I was going to say after was that okay, we already moved through it. But then that wouldn't be the case because he brought up a new point, and I'm just simply responding to that point. If we already moved on through it,
Okay. Well, he's saying that's not a new point. But,
wasn't
like,
a new
you
point.
said that before.
Two asked me to reiterate a past point, so it literally could not have been a new point.
Yeah.
okay, but he brought up the whole argument for ignorance. That's a new point.
Well, argument from ignorance was like, what was that?
I said that it was. Wait, I said that it didn't have any sort of backing to it. You said you believe that there was evidence, and here the evidence was. I told you why it's still not evidence. My argument stays the same. I just elaborated upon it. That's not a new argument. So you still don't get to go back to it.
Okay, it is a new argument because you brought up a new word to like form a certain
that doesn't
form a certain claim.
Okay, so me further describing a claim in detail makes it a new argument. Please prove that.
It was you.
Please prove that.
So because you never said once before we got to that point that this is an argument for ignorance. The only thing you said was it was unfounded. That's very different from an argument from ignorance. So prove that being unfounded means an argument from ignorance.
So if your argument is based upon ignorance, it would have no solid foundation. So it would still be unfounded. Those two things coincide. They're not mutually exclusive.
Okay, but your reason for it being unfounded was that it had no evidence. But you're saying is now is unfounded because it's an argument for ignorance. Different arguments.
It can be the same thing. You can have no evidence because Matt, you need to learn this now. You have no evidence because your argument is founded on the idea of lack of contradiction.
You never said.
Matt, I don't have to. I don't have to. If something is Matt, shut up. Matt, shut up. Holy fuck!
I don't give a fuck.
Matt, you're speaking over me. That's the only reason I'm raising my voice. Listen to what I have to say, and I won't yell. I won't loud mic.
Okay.
Okay.
If that's the same thing, we can just go into conclusions. Like, I don't care.
Of the debate?
No,
on the point. Okay. Cool.
No, on the point.
All right. So, I've already given the argument. We moved on from the argument. Matt decided to come back to the argument. I justified why he shouldn't be able to. He gave his idea, saying that I made a new argument. I said that the new argument, quote unquote new argument, and the old argument, in no way, shape, or form, had any sort of mutual exclusivity, and one coincided with another. It was just a further specification. So there's no reason whatsoever for as to why this quote unquote new argument is actually in any way, shape, or form new. Seeing as that is the case, and Mad never gave further justification as to why, how would I describe it? As to why his new argument is, or why the new argument exists, excuse me, I'm making it tier list. As to why the new argument exists, it would just be the case that it does not. So then we're stuck in this idea of, okay, well, there was no new argument. Mad conceded. Fuck. I guess. There's nothing for us to do.
Was that your conclusion?
Yeah, I'm done. Go for it.
For the whole, so that was. I just want to say that was your conclusion for the demon mist point, right?
For the whole demon miss point? No. That was on the point of whether or not you could retract. Or go back to that point.
Yeah, I'm talking about the whole demon mist point.
You want me to... I think I still had another refutation on the demon miss point.
Okay, let me just conclude
I
on
forgot
this
what the
whole
fuck it
retraction point.
was.
Okay, so my opponent said the strongest character thing means that they start at first with the strongest version of the character because it says the strongest version of the character used. I said that this statement is ambiguous, and ambiguous just means like interpretations can be made because especially in this case because it says the strongest kind of version of the character used. It doesn't say used at the start of the battle. So it can gradually like be brought up to the mid of the battle, the end of the battle, or when they're using a character. And I said that okay, well, this is backed up by what this was another piece of my evidence to support that because he said I never bought any piece of evidence. I said that this is backed up by the fact that a state of mind section is brought up. So that means like okay, the character whilst the character is fighting, they're in like character, so they do what they do in character, for example, in the story. And then in character, zombies are alive, which you specified, right? Doesn't just start the battle off with the mist thing. And I gave the whole pain example thing, another piece of evidence, right? Tender pain, which we agreed to is the strongest pain, right? But he doesn't start off with tender pain. There has to be a certain point that gets to that, with the whole paths of pain being dropped. That was another piece of evidence to show that okay, well, it doesn't have to be that he starts off at the beginning of the battle with the demon mist like he's ascended it to, right? It can just lead to that extent, to that point, his character. So, what was your other refutation you wanted to give?
I forgot it, but I don't think I need it.
Okay, so
Wait,
you
Matt,
want to
were
just
you, hold up, Mad. Were you saying you can give an interpretation because it's an ambiguous statement, but like you're not
no,
basing, hold on, you're not basing your interpretation of like it being ambiguous, like what
Yeah.
Spencer was saying. Okay, I was trying to play that.
Okay. Wait. So that was the whole demon mist point, right? Do you want to add anything on to that? Because I wanted to give my final say. Because for some reason you didn't want to conclude on the whole thing because you wanted to give something, but you
No,
don't.
I literally forgot what it was, and I don't think I need it, so it's fine.
Okay. So for the whole demon mist point that we talked about, right? I don't think Spencer like.
Oh, I remember what it was. Fuck.
Okay, go on.
Do you want to hear it?
Okay. What
Okay.
was it?
All right. Zabuza gained the reputation as the demon of the hidden mist due to the fact that he used this demon mist aura continuously. So it's actually pretty consistent that he uses it. He just hasn't used it in his on-screen fights.
Oh, okay. Show me that. Like.
That's why they call him the demon of the hidden mist.
Yeah, but you said they call him demon mist because he uses it continuously. Yeah, show me that.
No. So, all right. Do you know how reputations form, like socially? Are you aware? Of
Yeah.
how it works?
Okay. So, a reputation in this case, it can still be formed by him just using it, like later in battles. It doesn't have to be him like using it at the beginning, like you're trying to imply. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Oh, so you just think he's not okay? No, that's fine then, because I know damn well I won the version argument, so it doesn't matter at what point in time he uses it, as long as it'd be like consistent for him to use it at some point in time. Because because I won the strongest canon version shit, right? not just because I won it, right? He would just use it off rip.
Off what?
Off rip.
Well, what does that mean?
Up to start.
Yeah.
Off the start. Why?
Because I won the earlier point.
It's back to that argument. Okay, so, I asked you. Do you not? Is that all you have? Like,
Yeah, that's
is that all? Okay, so, for the whole demon mist point, I asked Spencer to prove why the demon mist amps his speed, right, or whatever, and then I told him like how much stronger does he get or whatever like that, and he didn't like prove it. So it would just be like I don't know where that would. He's trying to say that this would scale anywhere. Like he didn't like provide anything like to
I
say
haven't
that this
actually
one-
scaled Zabuza. This is just breaking your scaling chain. You know that, right?
Yeah, but then you were trying to say that this is like this one was you're trying to say that this one was like stronger than the one that like base. I asked you to like prove it like fast or whatever.
You just asked me if it was. I said yes, and then you moved on.
Huh?
If you need evidence that it is, Kabuto makes it incredibly clear that it is.
Okay, when does Kabuto do that?
In the war.
Actually, no, we already moved on. Like what? Like
Yeah, I told you that you
In the
asked me if
war
it
arc?
does. I said yes, and you moved on.
no,
I'm telling you
no, I
now,
asked
if
to
you
prove it.
if you want it, I can give it to you. But you didn't ask me to prove it. You just asked, "Is this the
Oh my
case?" I was
God.
like, "Yeah,
Wait,
it is."
Didn't I say like, oh, does this shit like?
No,
amp his
you didn't.
speed?
Yeah, you
Well,
asked me if
Troy-
it does. I told you yes, it does.
Troy,
And
you
there was
didn't- you
no
weren't-
further
You weren't
discussion.
here at
on
the
it.
beginning. Like we were on this point for quite a while before you even came. Like legit.
Yeah, bro. I'm omniscient. The fuck?
It's part of
Uh,
being omnipotent, Troy.
Indeed.
Anyways, Mad, basically, this is how that point went down. You're like, does it make him stronger and faster? Yup. Okay, but does he use it in, like, you literally just moved on after I said that.
No, that's not what happened.
But
Because
if
I
you'd like
told-
the evidence, I'm more than willing to give it
No,
to
we're-
you.
so it's even if you gave the evidence, I don't think that this dismisses me saying that you should prove that shit. Like, but
You
can,
didn't
like-
say that. That's the issue.
you're telling me I didn't say that. Like, we can go. Do you have the recording? Because like I
I
literally
think
did say
he
that.
said. I don't know. I
So what?
remember Spencer just saying like it's stronger than his base or some shit. But let me look at it.
Yeah,
He
Yeah,
did say he did say it's just stronger than his base. That's what I heard. But
yeah. What stronger? Okay, cool. I'm just gonna make a new argument. Stronger in what like form? Like, does it mean that he gets stronger physically, AP wise, speed wise? Does he like
All of it, because he gets more chakra
okay.
access.
Okay,
You're
okay.
aware how auras work in Naruto, right?
Okay, like just prove like that. Prove that.
Prove that he's using more chakra.
Yeah, to amp his
Okay.
stats. Yeah.
So you're aware that how chakra amping works is you just pour more chakra into a portion of your body, but whenever you have this aura, it means you're expending chakra outwardly. You're basically like lighting it on fire, right? It would just be. It's like how you see it as a side effect of the 8 inner gates, but this is more purposeful. This is just how aura cloaks work in Naruto.
The mist like that's around his body is his chakra.
Yeah,
Okay, can you show me that?
I just posted it, but
Yeah,
okay.
it just shows his demon mist. What does it say? That's his chakra.
That it's his chakra. Okay, if that's
Yeah.
what you want. That aura, the demon Zabuza, it's literally the same scan. Guy says it in the top left.
Wait, is it the scan that? Okay.
Yeah. Are you doubting, or are you trying to say that
Yeah,
people have like
that's the-
auras outside of chakra in Naruto? Because if that's your shtick,
Why is that not?
okay.
Why is that not Why is that not like the mist?
Because he
like,
hasn't
a myth?
activated
Why
the
is that-
demon mist jutsu.
Okay, why can't that just be the mist though? Like, does he
Because
have to
he
activate
hasn't.
the demon?
Yes.
Okay,
He
why?
has to activate the jutsu for the jutsu to be activated. Yes.
Okay, why? Because
Why does someone have to cast a jutsu for the jutsu to be activated?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
Okay.
why can't this specific thing, like the aura, be the mist that he's like producing?
Why can't the aura be the mist that he's producing? Because. So, are you trying to say his chakra is producing mist?
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that. Because you're okay. I'm not saying that. I'm saying why is this like depiction of like some type of It
Demon?
looks like a demon, right? Why can't that just be the mist? Why does that have to be like chakra, like around him, like that's? Yeah. Why?
What do you think forms the mist?
Like you have this is it stated? Like is it stated?
Okay. What do you think is happening, Matt? Just tell me.
Okay, from what I'm seeing is that some type of like white smoke is just coming out of Zabuza. And like it's like a lion.
Okay.
Like no,
So I'm
dead
gonna
ass, not
tell
being,
you.
like,
I'm gonna tell you, right?
So we're
Basically,
being British to get you.
yeah, it is. Basically, if you look back at what's happening, these people are being affected by their chakra, right? Zabuza's mist flares up. Haku has frosty air around him. The lava or the scorch style guy is like, my head burns, and we see steam coming off of him, and then the boil release user is having something similar. It's very consistent that their chakra natures are turning into a cloak around them.
okay.
So I would just argue it to be the same for Zabuza.
Okay, why? That's like non sequitur. You're just saying that just because that's happening to them, which I don't think you provided. Any
I
evidence
literally
to-
proved it in what I just
You
said.
just okay. You
There
just said
are
that's
okay.
You just hold on, Spencer. You just said that's the case. Like where does it say that like okay, that's like the chakra nature's coming out, or like that's like chakra used to amp them that's coming out. Like where does it say that?
Okay, what are you questioning? Whether or not they have a chakra cloak, or whether or not the chakra cloak amps them?
Both. Like
Okay,
you said,
ask
like,
one question
you
at a
made it-
time, and I'll give you an answer. Give me a question.
Okay. Like okay, so you said that you were trying to make like a inductive argument, I believe, like trying to say that
I don't know
this
what the
is-
fuck that means.
You don't know because you just okay. So
No,
you were
I'm
saying
dead
that-
serious. Ask Wook. I can't tell you the difference between inductive, abductive,
That nigga
and
don't know the
conductive.
difference between any of those.
I don't.
What?
I legitimately do not.
Okay, so you're basically saying that the people next to Zabuza, I believe, like the chakra and the ashes or whatever, like they're going around them and stuff. That leads to like that being the case for Zabuza. I'm saying
Okay.
why.
There are
my third
4
question
people
is-
on screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're each having a similar effect of them losing their sanity as Kabuto amps them, right? Or Kabuto takes control. Do you need evidence that Kabuto's taking control?
No, I don't disagree with Kabuto taking
Okay,
control.
cool.
What I'm
So,
hold on, what I'm
It was a
questioning
basic question. I'm trying to give you your answer, but there are leading questions along the way. So if you could please sit back for just a moment, let me kind of get through my thing, I can get you your answer. Is that cool?
do you like not get my first question at first? Like my
I'm
other
trying.
question?
I literally just told you I'm trying to answer your question, buddy. I can only answer one question at a time. I know I'm powerful, but I'm not powerful enough. I'm not Troy powerful. I can't answer 2 questions at once. Okay. So, there are 4 individuals on screen, all having their bodies taken over by Kabuto, right? We know the nature release, there are 3 of the 4 Kekkei Genkai users, right? Zabuza is the one non-Kekkei Genkai user. So, the 3 people that we know of, it is much more clear in the anime, right? One of them is boil release, I believe. I want to look specifically. But Scorch style. What the fuck is this guy? He uses land. He's some sort of Scorch release user, right? Or no, Scorch style. There's explosive style, and then there is ice, right? Haku's ice mist. So, around Haku, after this aura starts forming, we see snowfall, right? Snow, ice, relatable. The explosion style user says that his head burns while what seems to be wisps of fire come off of his body. As is true with the Scorch style user, right? She complains, ugh, and also wisps of fire come off of her, right? We see a third chakra of some sort, or we see a demon of some sort, that people say that's the demon Momochi Zabuza. Guy responds, that aura, the demon Zabuza. Another ice style ninja, right? Guy is able to
What?
observe that Haku is an ice-style ninja solely
Mhm.
by seeing Haku. So, based on the evidence of snow being there, right, and the fact that people are able to dictate Haku's nature release and other people having nature release related symptoms, right? This guy's head burning. It's easy to say that their chakra is flaring up within and outside of their body.
So you're trying to say that because these three people, that's going on with them, that's going on with Zabuza?
Yes.
Okay, why? Or why does that lead to that fact?
Okay.
Like,
They
why can't
all have the
these- why
same.
can't
Wait,
Zabuza-
you asked me a
why can't-
question.
wait,
Would you
hold
like
on,
me to
hold on,
answer it,
hold on,
Matt?
hold on. No,
Would you like me to answer the
okay,
question?
Hold on, you were
Would you
giving
like me to
multiple
answer the
arguments.
question,
Hold on, no. You were giving multiple arguments. I sat through there and listened. Now you don't
Okay,
want me to
is
do
the
same.
question rhetorical or do you want me to answer it? If you don't want me to
question-
answer your question,
Yeah,
then
you're
keep
telling
talking.
me you can't answer two questions?
I just
Like,
told
what?
you I can't answer 2 questions. I'm not Troy. I'm not powerful enough.
Oh, that nigga's spin, bro. Y'all heard him,
So
bro. Y'all
what
heard
was,
the nigga.
okay, so what did you get for my first question?
Okay, your first question was, I don't
Mhm.
remember.
Oh my god. So my first question is, why does three of them, that what you argued, three of them having the chakra like building up or whatever, for like an I don't know what like whatever you said, lead to the fact that that's the same thing that's happening with
Oh,
Zabuza.
okay,
Like
okay,
why can't
okay.
Zabuza be in the outlier here?
All right, so
Like I don't see
we
where
we
your
have
argument
a
leads to
case
that.
study, right? Well, we have a sample size of 4, right? We know what is happening in the 3.
The sample size of all.
Sample Yes, sample size of 4. 4 individuals, right? We know
Why
what
is
is
this a
happening.
sample
Excuse me. Why is 4 the sample size? Because we see 4
Yeah.
people on screen.
Okay, but then
I don't
why
even
does
know
that-
what's happening. You don't even know
Okay.
what's.
Okay, wait.
Oh
wait,
my
why
God!
Can't Zabuza be that? Why can't Zabuza be an
Man!
outlier?
I haven't
Why can't
finished yet.
Zabuza
I
be an
haven't
outlier?
finished yet. I haven't answered your
Again,
question yet.
It
So
doesn't
why are you
defeat-
asking it
doesn't
again?
defeat what I'm saying. It doesn't defeat what.
You don't have an argument yet. All you have is a question. I'm trying to pose to you the answer to your question. You
don't have
literally
to-
will
you
not
don't
let
have
me.
to argument
You
first
will
on
not
it.
let me. You will not let me
Stop
answer your
barking.
question, man.
Don't bark at me. Stop barking at me, either.
Okay, anyways. So, Mad, we have 4 people. All 4 of these people, 3 of which we know are experiencing the exact same symptoms, right?
Notice how
Person-
he was completely right in assuming no one would notice that he was replaced.
Who?
Who's talking, bro? Like, just shut
Mono,
up,
you
bro.
gotta shut up. So of these 4 people, right? 3 of them we know are experiencing the exact same symptoms.
Oh,
Number
shit.
4 is visually similar, right? Something visually similar. We know that all 4 have the same trigger, right? Kabuto taking control of them. So, if 3 of the 4 are all experiencing the same thing with the same trigger, and number 4 is experiencing something visually similar with the same trigger, it is not outlandish to make the claim that number 4 is experiencing the same thing as the other 3.
Okay, no, this is why it's wrong. Like, okay, why you're saying doesn't have to be the case, because you're saying because Kabuto is affecting them with the Ender Tensei binding seal or whatever, that they both are having the same like effect. I'll give you like an analogy as to why that works. Right? Why that doesn't work. Right? Let's say like you pour water on cake, and let's say you pour water on a book, and let's say you pour water like on a rock. The way the water affects those particular things would be different.
I
So
agree.
you need to yeah. So you need to prove why whatever Kabuto with his Edo Sensei things affects Zabuza the same way it was affecting them. So yeah, prove that.
I mean, case study of 4, 3 out of 4.
Okay, circular.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. My argument defeats your refutation.
Yeah. Your argument is circular. You're going back to something that I already like gave an argument as to why that doesn't have to be the case.
Okay.
Well,
Do
your
you want to
document-
hear as to
Matt,
why
I didn't hear that.
circularity isn't applicable in this instance?
Huh? Wait, two
Nah,
said
I
something.
didn't hear that. I didn't hear that shit. Can you repeat it?
Okay, he said my argument was circular because I used the argument I initially had
What,
to
what I
defeat
meant, like,
his.
the argument. I meant the
No.
argument.
He asked me, not you.
Yeah, I
Like,
meant the
what?
argument he made.
Okay,
The argument
so
I originally
I-
made or the argument
I
he just
gave-
made? I'm sorry.
He just made. The
Okay,
one he just
go
made.
for it.
Okay, so basically, because since Spencer said that, okay, Kabuto is affecting some them, and then he like made the argument that they'll all be reacting in the same way. I gave an analogy as to why that couldn't be the case, which he agreed to, or what doesn't have to be the case. I said that if you put water on, I think this bread, cake, whatever, and then a fucking rock or whatever, I said that the way the water affects them would be different, right? So in this case, right, just because Kabuto's using the same like type of effect on them doesn't mean that they have to be reacting the same way. And then he just went back to they're reacting the same way because we have a case study of 4, which I already gave my argument as to why that doesn't have to be the case.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that my argument has to be the case. I think it's most likely the case, and I'll display as to why.
Or most
right?
likely the case.
Wait,
wherever.
excuse me. Wait. There's a difference here, right? All that you displayed is that it is possible that these 4 individuals will not experience. Excuse me.
Likely.
Shut the fuck up. Mad. No, Mad. Shut up. I'm trying to get this shit over with. I cannot fucking stand whenever you speak over me. Just listen to what I have to say, and we can be done.
If you're gonna repeat the same thing, I do not want to hear it.
Okay, then deafen yourself. I don't give a fuck. You don't know that I'm gonna say the same shit.
That's why I said if.
Okay, you don't know that. You don't listen to me enough to know that. So shut up. Mad, shut the fuck up.
Just end it here. Just end it here.
Shut the fuck up. God damn. As I was saying, right? His counter argument, his analogy, right? He doesn't display as to how it's analogous, but he uses an analogy as a counter argument. So shut! I agree that your analogy is true in a vacuum. That does not make it analogous to the argument at hand. Now shut the fuck up while I say some shit. Holy shit.
It is analogous, but
okay, I'm muting you. I shit you not. I cannot stand the shit. Alright, so he never displays as to why it's analogous. I agree in the vacuum that his analogy is true of itself, right? That if we have 3 different things, right, experiencing the same stimuli, they don't have to have the same reaction. But here we have 4 different things experiencing the same stimuli, 3 of which we know has the exact same reaction, and 1 is seeming to have the exact same reaction. So, to make the claim that it is most likely or highly likely that they are all experiencing the same reaction from the same stimuli is completely justified. Now, this analogy that he brings up of why isn't Zabuza the outlier, right, doesn't matter because I made clear as to why it is evident that Zabuza isn't the outlier. He says that this is circular when he just poses a counter argument that is already refuted within my argument being made. That's inherently different. His argument just doesn't hold validity against mine, which is different than me relying on my argument to prove itself. My argument is proved by virtue of it being argued. Respond to my method of proof, my methodology of proof, instead of trying to make some weird-ass hypothetical analogy that not only isn't analogous, but also gets taken down by the argument itself. Give me a refutation.
Okay, why my argument is analogous is because you agree to it being the different things that are included with the whole cake and everything, it being different, and you also agreed that these people are different from each other. So since I gave an analogy as to different things leading to different types of reactions, and you agree this is different, then it would definitely be analogous. And then you're trying to say that they have the same similar reaction. For me, the same similar reaction. Okay. You can easily interpret that as, okay, they have a certain type of similar reaction in the sense that, okay, Kabuto is taking over their mind.
Yep, same stimuli.
Wait, hold on. Like,
you're just spouting nonsense. You're not getting to the point.
I'm not finished.
Get to the point.
I'm not finished. Okay.
Quit trying to make. Okay, Matt, I'm going to help you here, right? Quit trying to make your language flowery. Just say what you mean. Say it. Just give your argument.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute him.
Do it.
Okay, so basically, you can argue that they're having the same similar reaction in terms of Kabuto taking over them in Edo Tensei, in the Tensei like binding seal or whatever. That doesn't mean that their reaction, right, or the combat reaction or whatever the building up combat reaction would be the same. Like I don't see how he's getting that. They can all be like getting taken over by the Ender Tensei to like fight them. I believe this is the concept of the stance, to fight them. But what they use in order to fight the people can be different. And I don't think that for his argument to work, he would need to prove that, okay, once they were taken over by the Ender Tensei, they were all getting like taken over to fight Kakashi and the ninja, right? That they were using like chakra or aura to like amp themselves, their physical stats. It could just be the case that, okay, Zabuza just as a reaction to that, to go into his battle mode, he starts releasing mist.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Matt,
that's
do you
what
want to
happens
go
to
into
release
that
the mist.
argument, or do you want to talk about whether or not Zabuza is using an aura?
Okay.
That's two different
the
arguments.
aura
I'm
mist,
asking you which
whatever.
one you want to be on. One or two. That's all you have to say.
Just respond to what I said.
No, I refuse to move on to a separate
you're not
argument.
responding. So you're not
Oh my
responding to what I
fucking
said.
god!
You're
Shut
not
up,
responding
Matt!
to what I said.
You're just pissing me off. As I was
You
saying,
know what-
no, I
I
refuse to be
respond to what I
shotgun, so I won't respond to your second argument.
How is that
I'm going to
shotgun?
because you've given multiple arguments by your own admission,
Okay,
right?
shotgun is
I'm
subjective.
simply
Prove-
that's fine.
prove
I'm
it's
telling you that I'm not going to respond to it. Everything
prove
is
it's a shotgun
subjective.
right now.
Everything is
Okay,
subjective.
but you can't prove it's a shotgun. You claimed it was a shotgun.
Prove that I
it's a
couldn't
shotgun.
prove it.
Huh?
Everything's
Oh, yeah,
subjective.
come on,
The
I
burden
said-
of
I
proof.
didn't say
You,
you
you
could, I just
fucked
said
yourself.
prove
The
it.
burden of proof is now subjective.
I didn't say you couldn't prove it. I just said prove it.
You literally said word for word that I couldn't prove it.
Okay, yeah, prove I said that.
Okay, recording will show it.
Okay, where? Okay, show it then.
I'll post it when we're done.
Okay, so you can't-
Just get back to the video. Get back to the video.
I'm just playing with you, Spencer.
Okay, as I was no, we're not just playing. I don't like this shit. As I was saying, right? So I'm just going to respond to the first argument. I don't care about the second argument for now. If you want the argument to be held, or if you want any weight to be held in that argument, you'll just repeat it at a later time. That's what I'm setting up for you. Anyways, right? So the difference here is that what he's trying to say is that because, right, or his argument fails to address the fact that he has conceded the idea, because I've repeated it multiple times without any sort of refutation, that the three others are experiencing the same reaction from the same stimuli. And I'm saying that because... Shut up. I'm saying that because the three others are experiencing the same reaction from the same stimuli, it is completely fine to say, seeing as Zabuza is experiencing the same stimuli in visually similar reaction, that he's in fact experiencing the same
Visually
reaction.
Similar? This nigga has a line around his fucking body. These niggas do not.
Okay,
What do you mean?
I've made that claim 4 different times now, and you failed to refute it. I'm just gonna
What?
call
No,
rejoinder.
you just
I don't
said
give
it.
a fuck.
No, but you already repeated it to clarify. So
Junior.
Rejoinder. Get the fuck off.
wait, Spencer. If you said that, if you're claiming burden of rejoinder, then why the fuck are you like trying to clarify your whole argument as to like counter mine? You obviously want.
Wait. She's not. I'm clarifying.
I'm literally just repeating my argument.
Yeah, why are you repeating the argument? If burden?
Why am
Wait,
I
say that again?
repeating my argument if it's burden of rejoinder? The fuck?
Yeah.
Do you think that those two things are in any way intrinsically linked?
What
Wait,
do you
no,
mean by
he's
intrinsically linked?
repeating his argument so you can like counter it correctly or some shit.
How? Yeah, exactly. So you want. So
I'm
it was a
saying
burden
that
of
you
rejoinder.
failed to redress my argument.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's why I'm...
so-
Oh my god, Matt. I am restating my argument because I feel that you failed to address it. That is
Yeah,
inherently...
no burden of
that
rejoinder.
Oh my god. Because a certain claim that I made within my argument was not responded to, I am claiming rejoinder. That does not mean that the whole argument is rejoinder.
Okay.
What
so,
the fuck is wrong with you? So I'm going to
Okay,
continue
so-
what I was saying now. Are you gonna let me?
Okay, wait, hold on. You know you can specify arguments so clarifications can be made. What if I just said you were just clarifying, right? To me, and then I brought up.
What?
Made.
Okay.
I didn't. You cut out.
I want you to
Wait, did I
start
cut out?
thinking about what you're saying before
Wait, hold
you
on.
say
Who
it.
said I cut out?
Yes, you
Who's-
cut out.
Yeah,
You
I cut
absolutely cut out. I want you to start thinking
Okay,
about
so
what
let
you're
me
saying
say it.
before you say it, because I'm tired of you taking 14 minutes to get to the crux of your argument.
Yeah, I did not take 14 minutes. Well,
You be
Okay, so he said, can you hear me now? Am I cutting out?
Yeah, I can hear you.
He said they have some type of similar looking thing that's going on with them. I'm saying Zabuza's shit. He has a fucking line coming out of his body. They
It's
do
fine,
not.
Rejoinder.
Wait,
It's a
he
demon.
called Rejoinder
Okay.
that. He called
It's a
he called
demon.
Rejoinder that.
But I called Rejoinder on it. I don't give a
He called
fuck.
Rejoinder on that.
Okay, then I said it's not rejoinder.
Okay, why?
Wait.
I claimed
Oh
it 4 times and you didn't address it any of
Yeah,
them.
what I was literally arguing is not rejoinder. And that,
How is that you addressing it those first 4
that would be-
times?
Okay. Wait,
How
two,
is that you
if
addressing
somebody-
it those
hold
first
on,
4 times?
Hold on. If somebody's saying rejoinder, somebody saying not, wouldn't be.
Okay, then yeah,
wouldn't
give a
it be-
reason. Okay, you have to give a reason for that. Give a
Okay,
reason for why.
so it's not rejoinder because you were just making a specification to my counterclaim to give an argument against that.
I
You
wasn't
will
making
never-
a specification
hold
on your
on. We never. Okay, what were you responding to? Air?
That's not a
Oh my
specification
God.
of your
Listen,
counterclaim. That's me saying you failed
when
to
did you-
address
okay.
X, Y, and Z.
Okay, don't you think I can respond to different claims, right? At different points of times.
No.
Like, okay, why?
You asked what I think.
No, okay, yeah. I'm asking you to justify that. Why?
Okay.
Like,
So if we don't set up rejoinder the way that I've established it, right? There
okay,
will
what's the way you
always
established it?
that you must respond to claims whenever they're made.
Okay, that's subjective.
Oh my fucking god! I am justifying it. Do you
Okay,
want to hear
but
my
if
justification? Or do
okay,
you just
but
want to say
no-
that it's subjective?
Okay, hold on. For
Name
us to-
one thing that
okay,
isn't subjective.
Okay, hold on.
Name
hold
one
on.
thing that isn't
I'm gonna
subjective,
get
Mad.
that.
No,
gonna
I'm gonna
get-
shit
gonna
stomp
get
you
to
for
that.
this shit.
I'm
Name
gonna
one
get to
thing that
that.
isn't
I'm gonna
subjective,
get
Mad.
to- I'm
No,
gonna
do
get
it
to
right
that.
now.
I'm
Do it
gonna
right
get to
now.
that.
Rejoinder.
I don't have to do it right now.
Rejoinder.
I don't have to do
Oh,
it.
that's
Okay,
subjective.
Yeah, that's subjective.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. I had your ass on
So-
that shit.
Okay.
Okay, now take
so-
that stupid shit back.
Okay, so you're not listening because how I see burden of rejoinder.
I don't care how
Right.
you see it.
It-
Justify it.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna justify it. Is if somebody says, okay, makes a claim, makes multiple claims, right, and somebody doesn't
Prove that I made
get
multiple
the-
claims.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure. Okay, I'm pretty sure
Prove
you
that I
argued-
made multiple claims without allowing you to
I'm-
respond.
I'm literally going to say
No,
that. So
you were just starting a recollection of memory. I wanted evidence.
memory can't be evidence. What? Are you saying memory
Did
can't
I
be
say that
evidence?
clearly? Did I make that
you
claim?
you said that recollection. You're just saying a recollection of memory. I want evidence. That's
Yeah.
implying like recollection of memory isn't evidence. You want to prove that? Like
Okay, so recollection of memory is evidence.
it can be.
Okay, I recall you
Wait,
saying
wait,
you
why we
conceded,
going- wait,
so
why we-
I'm gonna
hold
leave
on.
now. Thank you.